Hey music makers, it's Marianne here with a lesson you can do at home. This one is from Faber Piano Adventures, book 3A. Looks like this. It is on page 48 and 49. Looks like this. We're going to be doing the chromatic scale and the Snowflake Rag. Snowflake Rag is actually a 3-pager. We're going to start with page 1 and work our way through. There's a lot of repetition, so don't worry. All right, for the Snowflake Rag, we're going to warm up with a chromatic scale. Chromatic scale means you're going to use every note, black and white. And the way we do that is the thumb is in charge of almost all the white keys, and finger 3 is in charge of all the black keys. When you get to a spot where there are 2 white keys next to each other, that's when you use finger 2 as well. So check this out. Going back down. Try that a little bit slower. Get ready with your thumb on middle C. 1, 2, ready, go. Thumb, 3, 2, 3. Thumb. And that's your chromatic scale. We're going to use that in Snowflake Rag at the intro. So you can pause to practice your chromatic scale, or you can keep going and learn about Snowflake Rag. Ragtime piano, as you can read in your book, is a style of American music that became popular in the early 1900s. The left hand plays a steady march-like rhythm. The right hand plays a syncopated, ragged melody that often accents between the beats. So here's how the intro goes. So we're going to count the rhythm of the first 2 measures. So measure 1 and 2 goes like this. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. You clap that with me. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. All right, after that, measure 3 goes like this. 1 and 3, 4. You see the little accent mark? Looks like this on, well, I guess, I don't know which way to do it. Your accent mark on the and of 1, that first quarter note in measure 3, goes like this. 1 and 3, 4. So you're going to make that second note a little bit louder. 1 and 3, 4. Ready, go. 1 and 3, 4. Okay, let's put that together with the first 2 measures. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. All right, how's that going? Good, I hope. You can practice it if you need to. Measure 4 is going to be the last measure of our introduction section. And the rhythm is straightforward. It just goes 1, rest, 3, 4. So let's do the whole first 4 measures. You can see after measure 4, there's a double bar line. That's the end of the introduction. Here we go. 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1, rest, 3, 4. All right, sounds like this when you play it. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and play the left hand. So let me do that again. Your left hand obviously resting in the first two bars, but got a nice octave in measure 4. So here goes both hands. 1, 2, ready, go. I did the half note like a staccato. You caught me. And that one's got an accent as well, so make that nice and strong. One more time from the beginning. You play along with me if you've learned it. You can pause and learn it. Try it with me. 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, rest. And that's your introduction. All right, you can pause there to practice that. Now we're going to go on to the A section, which begins after the double bar line. We've got a similar rhythm in the right hand as we did in the introduction. Your left hand's going to start those steady march-like rhythms that the book mentioned. That brings us to the bottom of page 1, well, page 49, page 1 of this song. That was the left hand from measure 5 to measure 12. Let's do it together. You might recognize that the left hand is made up of broken chords. Here is measure 5. Are C, E, G. I think you know what that chord is. And measure 6 and 7 and 10 have do you know what that chord is? Its job is to go back to the first chord. First chord being 1. A 1 chord in the key of C, C major. And the next one being the 5-7 chord. We often play it with B, F, G. This one includes the D also. The 5-7 chord has 4 notes. So you've got D and then F and G together, B and then F and G together. These are nice and bouncy staccato notes. All right, left hand from measure 5 to the bottom of the page. 1, 2, ready, 1 chord. 3, 4, 5-7 chord. 5-7 again. And a 1 chord. 1 again. 5-7. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to lead you back to the 1 chord on the next page. So be prepared for that. And so on. All right, let's add the right hand on page 1. At the A section, we've got a little bit of chromatic scale again. lot of chromatic scale in that right hand. It's really nice. So really follow those finger numbers because they're going to help you out a lot. Starting on with your thumb on E. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So you're tied there. So don't play that half note again. It's tied to the last eighth note. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 Rest. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. Rest. All right, will you play that right hand with me? We'll go a little bit slower. Starting from measure 5, right after the double bar line. Thumb on E, and your index finger is going to cross over to that D sharp. So it's a little bit crisscrossy. Let me show you. You just have a little bit of a crisscross there. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. Rest. Good. Now on measure 8 here, that's a kind of a tricky spot because you have to, before you were sort of squishing up your fingers. Now you're going to spread them a little bit. So you can cover this whole interval of a sixth. You got a E, then a third, then a second, and then a sixth. So try, and that has to come right together. 1 and 2 and, with an accent on there. 1 and 2 and. Good. And then here we've got the left hand is going to go first, followed by all the eighth note chromatic scale. So you'll hear the left hand go, and it's going to hold that all the way through while you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, rest. All right, good job. I'm going to play that once through from the A section to the bottom of the page, and you can follow along. Just play one hand or the other, or both if you're ready for that. 1, 2, ready, go. Oops, I forgot to do the C's together. Here's how the bottom two should go. The last two measures, rather. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do that again. Try that with me. Finger 2 is going to get the C, so plan for that. If you have finger 5 on G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. That's two C's together. All right, good job. So that might be a lot. That might be enough for now. But when you're ready to go on, the second page really just does the same thing you just did again, but with the right hand an octave higher. Sounds familiar? So this is measure 13 to the next double bar line at the end of measure 20. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. And that leads you into the B section. All right, now our B section has a slightly different rhythm. When you're ready, you can pause the video, stop and practice the parts that feel like enough for you for now. And here's the B section. 1 and 3, 4. Oh, we've had that rhythm before in the introduction. So we're going to use that here with some chords. We're moving down with this little left hand part in measure 20. It walks you down to 3, 4. 21 lands you on A, which is the relative minor of the key of C. So now we're going to be in A minor. And we're going to go. That's our rhythm for measure 21. We've got finger 3 on A. But then you're going to stretch 5 down to E. So that's just a tiny stretch of a fourth from finger 3 to finger 5. So these are more broken chords you might recognize. In the right hand, we've got an A minor broken chord. And then we've got, nope, that's G sharp, B, and E, which is an E major. That's the 5 of A minor. So it's really just another 1, 5 in A minor. You've got the G7 with the 5-7 chord and C to bring you back to, surprise, the A section again on the last page. So when you go ahead and play the B section with me, when you're ready, I'm going to turn around so I can reach the pedal. And it goes a little something like this. 1, 2, ready, go. Back into your A section once more. Wait, measure 35, we'll go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then we have a little coda here that goes, oh, sort of like the introduction. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. All right, so that's the Snowflake Rag. You can try as much of that as feels good to you right now. If you've already learned it before, you can play along. And if you need a little extra homework and you have the theory book that matches this one, that's the theory book, level 3A. You can work on page 28 and write the chromatic scale. Looks like that. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.